Hey there, little check-in. Just want to say hello, do a little bit of reminders for this week, kind of keep you accountable of something that you can do. I was thinking the other day, I was on Facebook yesterday and I saw this person who posted a long, long post. It literally was like this long on my phone, but it was narrating what we are experiencing right now, kind of like just black and white terms, like things shut down on March 17th, my birthday. Um, that beaches are closed, we have to stand 6 feet apart, you have to wear masks. Um, that restaurants have closed and you have to go, pick up, take out. You can't hug each other, stuff like that. Anyways, it was just a long narration of what was going on, and at the bottom it said, I want to post this because I want in a year for it to remind me of how life was. And every year I want it to remind me of how life was at this time. And that got me thinking about gratitude and kind of looking at situations from a different perspective. It's easy to get caught up in this and kind of get tired. For myself, I've noticed that my energy and my motivation has kind of dwindled a little bit. I'm not running as much as I would. My body's starting to hurt a little bit more. But one thing that I realized I hadn't been doing is having a sense of perspective and gratitude. And I'm seeing that a lot with people in general, clients in general. So I'm going to say to everybody here, hold you accountable to making gratitude and perspective something that you add to your repertoire every day. It is a good defense to losing a sense of purpose and losing a sense of motivation and energy. So, what gratitude does is it pulls you out of the negative thoughts that put you in this cycle of negative behaviors. And if you can just stop yourself from going into that cycle for just a moment, it stops you from doing behaviors that you kind of regret, like eating too much or drinking or not working out. And it really does start in CBT therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's called the cognitive triangle. And it's a triangle that I draw out. You have thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And basically, if you have a thought, like a negative thought, like I'm gaining weight, I'm not doing what I should do, it'll make you feel sad or make you feel depressed. And then your behavior that will follow will be something that's negative. And it kind of all works together. If you feel sad, you're going to do negative behaviors, or you're going to have negative thoughts. And then the same thing goes with behaviors. If you isolate, which we are all forced to be isolating right now, some people can have thoughts like, I miss people, I'm lonely, and those thoughts are going to add to sad feelings and then sad behavior, bad behaviors. So on the cognitive triangle in cognitive behavioral therapy, what we try to do is not change the feelings, because you can't necessarily do that. It's a reaction to thoughts and behaviors, but to change the thought or to change the behavior. And changing the behavior, behavioralists change the behavior. And that's, something you can do too. Like force yourself to get up earlier, force yourself to go work out, force yourself to eat healthier or not drink or something like that. That's changing the behavior, which will change your thought pattern, which will change your emotions. You could do that. Or you could start shifting your thoughts. And the way to do that is when you catch yourself going into this negative cycle, you just observe it and you go, oh, here I go again. I'm getting in a negative cycle. I need to shift my attention. And it really is just an attention. You're not stopping the thought from coming through. You can't do that. They come and go as they please. But you shift your focus to a different thought. And one thing you can do is shift your thoughts to gratitude or perspective. And an easy way to do that is, like I saw on that Facebook post, is what were you doing a year ago? And some people were doing really awesome, great things. But think about next year. What will we look at this year being? What's the purpose of all this? What is it supposed to be teaching us? That's part of growth mentality, which is a YouTube I did a while ago. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Shifting it to, what is this trying to teach me? And when you do that, then you can kind of look at next year and you can have some sort of like, look back on this year and be like, man, remember when we couldn't see each other and we couldn't hug each other and we couldn't say, go by whenever we wanted to at our favorite place and say hello to our, hairdresser or whatever. Remember when we couldn't do that? And that might be how things will be next year. And you start becoming grateful in the moment, which then changes the cognitive triangle. You start having happier feelings. And then when you have happier feelings or joyful feelings, you want to do better behaviors. And then you start having motivation and energy. So it really is something that can change that cycle and change that spiral. So what I recommend that you do in the next week is really add gratitude and perspective. If it's that you look at yourself in the past, where were you a year ago? Maybe you were not as in a good of a place last year. Maybe you really have grown. And in that sense, you need to be grateful that you have grown, even though we're in this COVID isolation moment. Be grateful that you have done all this growth. If you weren't in a good place last year, then look at yourself a year from now and look at how you are right now. And you'll look back on this time and be like, wow, this really taught me the value of people and connection and all that stuff. So I'm grateful for connection in the moment. When you add gratitude to your day, you're going to feel differently. So I'm going to start doing it more. I challenge you also to do the same thing. I am grateful that they opened up one of my golf courses. I know I've been saying that on a couple of these. I'm so grateful that it's open. All of the rules are different. There's no holes anymore that you hit the golf ball into. You just have to hit it to a pin and a flag, so they don't want people touching it. But whatever. You can't ride in a cart anymore. Things are different in golf. Just letting you know. But I am excited to go try it and get out and walk in the grass. It's my favorite. Anyways, hope you have a good day. Add gratitude this week. I will do the same. I'll see you soon.